All right, now back to the show. The government has now been shut down for 31 days, and President Trump is telling Senate Republicans to use the nuclear option before SNAP benefits expire tomorrow.
This as more airports are experiencing major delays caused by staffing issues ahead of the holiday travel season.
Doug Lazader joins us live from Washington with the latest. Good morning, Doug.
Good morning, everyone. President Trump says enough is enough. It is time to nuke the filibuster and reopen the government. Here's what he posted last night on Truth Social. It's now time for Republicans to play their Trump card and go for what is called the nuclear option. Get rid of the filibuster and get rid of it now. That would allow Senate Republicans to reopen the government on their own, even though Senate leaders generally don't like the idea of ending the filibuster. But pressure is mounting. Troops are getting paid today after the Pentagon shifted some funds around, but federal SNAP benefits run out this weekend, and we're already seeing major flight disruptions in places like Orlando and here in Washington.
Look at that.
Look, it could be a disaster. It really could be, because at that point, you're talking about people have missed 3 paychecks. They've missed 4 paychecks. What happens when pilots start not showing up for work because they're so focused on paying the bills, they can't fly the plane safely? That's going to lead to massive delays. We want people to be able to get home for Thanksgiving.
And Delta Airlines joining the calls for Congress to pass the Republican bill, saying Delta Airlines implores Congress to immediately pass a clean continuing resolution to reopen the government so that our air traffic controllers, TSA and CBP officers charged with the safety and efficiency of our national airspace can collect the paychecks they deserve.
They're going to have to go take a second job, and you're going to have mass issues throughout the airspace. People will not be able to go from one place to the other because of the government shutdown, and I hope Democrats don't take it to that point.
A new Washington Post ABC News poll shows more Americans blame Republicans for the shutdown, but some here on Capitol Hill think Democrats are about to cave even as they push for expanded Obamacare subsidies. And we'll see. Here we are on day 31 of this shutdown. The record is 35 days, so this one could become the longest on record.
I don't see how people would blame the Republicans more for something that is in the hands of the Democrats, right? And that's how you tell the information is being misled and everybody thinks, oh, how do you blame Trump and the Republicans for something? They said they want the government open, right? Right. If the Republicans said they want the government open and the Democrats said that they don't want the government open, how do you blame the Republicans for the government being closed, bro? Come on. This is how I know motherfuckers are just dumb. And this is why I can't argue with too many people, because sense is not sense. Common sense is not common, bro. How do you blame Trump and the Republicans for the government being closed when they say and voted for the government to be open? And the Democrats voted for the government to be closed 13 times. Now, how is that the Republicans' fault? Y'all just think somebody is stupid.
Next week, Brian.
Wow, and it's getting so close to Thanksgiving, too. Thanks so much, Doug. Hey, let's go over just even this past week what's taken place. And this is why tempers are flaring. The Senate rejected the House bill for the 13th time. And we only had, I think, 3 Democrats, without Rand Paul by a Republican, vote for it. So you need 5 more to get to 60 in order to get the government queued up again. So on Wednesday, the Congressional Budget Office reported that this is costing us overall between $7 and $14 billion. That's what the president sees when he gets back, and that's why he is so upset today. He's trying to rebuild the economy, put it on jet fuel, and now this happens. On Thursday, the remainder of the federal agencies will miss their first paycheck. I talked to a group of people the other day who work as staffers in Washington. They say it's tough every month just to pay for your rent. Can you imagine you have no money to pay for anything? Even a promissory note isn't really effective. It's affecting real people. You talk about the military. They stopped getting paid, but the president has found a donor for 1 week and other ways to pay him this week. So for now, the military is getting paid. Good. On Saturday. This is really going to hurt in various states, especially. Some states have about 7% of people on SNAP programs, that aid program for food and basic staples. You have now SNAP payments not being issued. The WIC program will run out of funding this week, and open enrollments for ACA begins. And people are looking at it and saying, well, the Biden subsidies are gone. The pandemic is finished. The big, beautiful bill is queuing up. So this is your chance. These are your new bills for the upcoming year. Didn't the Democrats say the whole reason for their walkout was because of the Obamacare subsidies? Well, people are already seeing it. But I think the big picture, guys, is the reason why those prices are going up, the premiums are going up, is not because of anything the Republicans did. It's because Obamacare is not working. The subsidies during the pandemic put a Band-Aid on a problem that is now apparent for everyone to see. I'm not sure that people are getting that message, though.
Well, Lindsey Graham said that he thinks Democrats will cave next week, but Hakeem Jeffries says you're delusional. We're not, or he didn't say that specifically to Lindsey, but they were asking him, when will y'all fold? And he said that the Republicans are delusional for thinking that Democrats will fold. They call it a dirty deal, cold stone liars. But President Trump says this is all about the legendary Trump derangement syndrome. They just hate him, so they don't want to give him a win.
Well, they're trying to hurt him in the process as well, but they're hurting the country right now. And when you talk to people, we all know federal workers that we know and care about. It's tough for them already. People, some of them living paycheck to paycheck. Do you really want someone that's an air traffic controller to have a second job when they need the focus to navigate the airwaves? Yeah. I just don't think it's smart at all. I do disagree with the president. I think it's a bad idea to eliminate the filibuster, but I understand his frustration. It looks like they're not willing to compromise or have some type of debate or anything like that. They just want to hurt him in the process.
But I think that what he's saying is, hey, you did it for judges, but you kept the filibuster for legislation. Why don't we just do it for shutdowns? And that's where I think that Mitch McConnell's not going to go along with that. We know that for sure. Traditional Republicans don't. And also, I mean, they want hard to stop President Biden from blowing up the filibuster. We would have had 2 more states. We would have had a packed Supreme Court. And Joe Manchin and Senator Sinema saved the day. So I understand the frustration, but I don't think that's necessarily a good move. I just think this. How about this? How about you get in writing, the OMB director will not blow up any of the programs, number one. How about you get in writing for the next 4 weeks, they will examine premiums and subsidies for Obamacare to see if they can fix it, because nobody wants to see families, and I think 70% of them, paycheck to paycheck, suddenly realize I don't have enough in my account.
Look, a lot of bad stuff about to happen. Look, I hate to be the negative Nancy guy, man. Let's just say this. A lot of people finna lose their jobs. Well, they already lost their jobs. A lot of people finna lose their cars. A lot of people finna start defaulting on their mortgages, bro. Literally this what I predict, bro. Because right now we've already hit the number one repossessions of cars since 2009. I think the Democrats, bro, are forcing a recession, bro. They're forcing a downfall right now. They're forcing people not to pay their bills, which is allowing, because you got to understand this is going to backfire everybody. Now you telling me we can't pay our federal employees? We're already not paying the federal employees. Now we can't pay the military. Like, come on, just let the shit go through. It is what it is, man. The weak gon' die off. They suffering from their own people. I don't blame Trump for this, but I will say, getting rid of filibuster, it could be a benefit to it. I'm not saying we should get rid of it. Let's just say this. Let's make it more simple, and this is what I think. Let's not get rid of the filibuster. Let's do this. Senate don't get paid neither. Senators don't get paid neither. You don't get paid if the government shut down, just like everybody else. Nobody gets paid. Nobody. That's how we do this. No more. We ain't got to blow up the filibuster. Let them do what they do. I would say this. Leave it how it is. Let them do what they want to do. Don't get rid of the filibuster, but put a bill and act that senators no longer get paid if the government shut down as well. Nobody gets paid. So then they can feel the president as well. So they can feel the trouble and everything as well. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have to get rid of filibusters. But if the senators weren't getting paid too, they'll feel the wrath for that shit too. Even though they got money under the table, but they'll still feel the wrath that their checks are not coming in, along with the other Americans, because they're not feeling. They're getting paid there every 2 weeks or every month, whatever they're getting paid. But they're getting paid. While the federal employees don't get paid, the SNAP recipients don't get paid, people on week they ain't getting paid. It's open enrollment, G. I guarantee you ain't nobody calling for open enrollment right now until this gets settled. I'm not. Shit, I don't usually do open enrollment to the end of December almost. You know what I'm saying? Until I'm supposed to do it. Then I go in for the open enrollment because I got to make sure the government is doing what they're supposed to do. That being said, man, tell what y'all think about this. Me, I don't think we should get rid of the filibuster. So in that aspect, you just like the black fella right here, I think Trump might be wrong in that aspect. No, don't get rid of the filibuster. This is what we're going to do. Senators going to get paid either, G. Yeah. Y'all want to play games? Okay. No more senators get paid if the government shut down. Republican or Democrat. That's how you play it. Judges don't get paid, Supreme Courts don't get paid, House don't get paid, and the president don't get paid. If the government shut down, all funding comes to a halt until everybody can make a decision, because then you can feel the pain at least of what everybody else is dealing with. Now, if it continues after that, then we might have to go into the getting rid of the filibuster in general. So be it. But at the moment, I don't think we need to go to the extreme at the moment. I think we could just settle at the moment to allow the filibuster, because it's always been there. That's like getting rid of gerrymandering. You know what I'm saying? We just can't get rid of it because that's just the loopholes that's been created. Let's just say the filibuster stays, and then everything else, you don't get paid. It's just, let's make it simple and make it equal. It's your boy Angelo Savage. Tell me what y'all think about this in the comment section, please. I want to know what you think. You think we should get rid of the filibuster? Do you think we should just have the senators not get paid as well with the other federal employees and all everybody else, the president, the senators, the House, the Senate, the House, the presidency? Nobody gets paid. Nobody. Pause. Everything's paused until it's back in action. Then it incentivizes you to act swiftly, because not only is millions of Americans are suffering, the people that are voting against it are suffering too. It makes sense. It's only fair, honestly. That being said, tell me what y'all think about that in the comment section. Don't forget to like the video for the YouTube algorithm. Lastly, don't forget to subscribe. It's your boy Savage. Let's go. Peace.